ALAKHVERDOVI, the tournament #2 seed. He with a hard-fought win as we take a look at the veteran figure of Baregham, HARUTYUNYAN. 10-year difference between the two men.
Round one.
So we're underway then. 48-kilogram minimum weight action. We are at the quarter-final stage, and this is a contest between boxers from Armenia and Georgia. The taller figure, wearing red, is Baregham HARUTYUNYAN, part of a 13-strong Armenian boxing team. As the man in blue, Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI, just spoken to in no uncertain terms by referee Mr. Valery Pastuhov about his responsibility to keep his head up, concede the disparity in height that exists between the two. Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI prevailing in a bout that went to bout review, winning 5-2, and he just helped himself to a good right hand against his taller opponent, looking for a return to the medal rostrum after boxing his way to a brilliant silver at 48 kilograms in the event in Tashkent, Uzbekistan 2 years ago. Competed in global competition earlier this year at the World Boxing World Championships in Liverpool. As for HARUTYUNYAN, quarter-finalist in the European Championships last year. He too competed 2 years ago in Tashkent. He too a split decision winner in his round of 16 affair. So ALAKHVERDOVI just breaking the deadlock, looking to use his quickness to land that right hand. ALAKHVERDOVI just seeking to box his way out of a corner here. Inaccurate with the attempted 1-2. There were shots of the rather flailing variety from HARUTYUNYAN. And again, HARUTYUNYAN not taking his feet with him when he's launching these attacks, and he's rather bowling the punches from the shoulder, windmilling, rather than pushing them out like pistons. Oh, that's a cracking 1-2 from ALAKHVERDOVI. Wonderfully picked punches right in between the high-held hands of the man in red. So HARUTYUNYAN is yet to find his range with any consistency. You can see that he's got the longer reach, but he's not really shooting out his punches in straight fashion, and he's being put in a bit of a dizzying twist, because look at the way that ALAKHVERDOVI is able to spin around him, often leaving HARUTYUNYAN with his back to his opponent. Now the cross-arm guard being utilized by ALAKHVERDOVI, and explodes out of that with a two-shot salvo before the two men find themselves on the canvas. Well, first round in the book. I think it's going to be the man in blue who's earned that round, because he was far more accurate with his punch picking, whereas over in the red corner, HARUTYUNYAN didn't find the range with any consistency. He was windmilling his shots rather than pushing them out in straight fashion. And there's an example of the laser-like accuracy coming from ALAKHVERDOVI during the course of that opening round. So ALAKHVERDOVI taking the first round for 4 of the 5 scoring judges.
Seconds out.
Judge number 2 preferring the work of the man in red.
Round 2.
So we move into the second round. And Baregham HARUTYUNYAN has got to try and do something to get himself back into this contest, not back into it, because we're only in the second round and he wasn't able to establish his distance. And look at the manner in which he's conceding the longer reach that he possesses, walking up close to his man. And surely when you possess attributes such as his length of arm and towering height at the weight, you want to be trying to pile up points from the outside. But instead, in pursuit of his man, he's not letting straight punches go or using the jab to measure the gap, and finding himself chest to chest with his more compact opponents. And oftentimes he's fed a 1-2 on his way in. So he's continuing his pursuit, he's trying to pick up the pace. But where's that lead left hand from HARUTYUNYAN? Again, look at how he poured with it. He didn't shoot it out straight, and it's such a long, straight weapon when utilized effectively. I can tell you here from my ringside commentary position that when he went back to the red corner, I couldn't hear what his coaches were saying to him, but his coach was making exactly that gesture, because look at the work with the lead left from HARUTYUNYAN. Everything's coming in a windmill from the shoulder. There's a straight jab, but just keep it going and see if he can blind his man with it, work his way inside, measure the gap, and try and find some semblance of distance. Because for the round and a half that we've had, he hasn't done that with any consistency yet, HARUTYUNYAN. And ALAKHVERDOVI, having taken the first round on a 4-1 split, while he's looking to lay a trap and draw his man in for the majority of this second round so far, precious few point scoring punches landed. Well, can't fault the intent or commitment of either boxer, but remember, it's HARUTYUNYAN who conceded the first round on a 4-1 split. And he's yet to find his range or make life uncomfortable for ALAKHVERDOVI. And you see that? Pawing with the shots again, rather than really putting them out there with purpose from the back foot. Left-right combination wasn't too far away from ALAKHVERDOVI, and ALAKHVERDOVI keen to show the referee that he's not the one doing the holding, but by doing that, he's not getting busy on the inside either. And he's got a long, lean torso to aim at there. Oh, that's a wonderful right hand during the course of that cluster from ALAKHVERDOVI. And a counter left just before the bell, perhaps the moment of the highest quality in that second round. Not suggesting it's that alone that'll give him the round, but I think it will be another round for ALAKHVERDOVI. Took the first on a 4-1 split, remember. Precious little happened in the round, but I think those two shots after the 10-second clapper will probably be enough for the man in blue to take it. There was a check right hand, and then he followed it up with another cuffing shot just before the bell. Right there. So that moment of quality in a round where precious few point scoring punches were landed by either man, well, it's been enough to give him a 3-2 split. And for all of his hustle and bustle and forward aggression, if it wasn't for that final moment of quality, well, could HARUTYUNYAN have been in with a shout of edging it on a 3-2 split his way? As things stand, he's trailing 20 points to 18 for 3 of the 5 judges. The other 2 scorecards are tied at 19 points apiece. And that puts such a different complexion on the final round, because now the man in red needs a massive final 3 minutes to try and turn the tide in his favor. ALAKHVERDOVI can afford to enter bout management mode here now. Got to ensure that he's not spoken to about running and not engaging. Going to have to hold his feet and let his hands go at some point, because remember, this is boxing, not athletics. And even though many a boxer possess blazing speed of foot and outstanding stamina, you've got to involve the hands, contact, and combat as well up in the boxing ring. ALAKHVERDOVI's not done that so far. He's on his bike. He's shooting out a left jab to keep the referee honest, and there's a crashing right hand that goes over the top from HARUTYUNYAN, perhaps his best shot of the contest. The heads came together forcefully thereafter. HARUTYUNYAN isn't giving up belief that he can turn this one around. Most efficient way to do it, is, of course, is with getting your man out of there inside the distance. So HARUTYUNYAN going in search of that overhand right once again, but once more he finds himself completely conceding his longer length of reach and on the chest of ALAKHVERDOVI. ALAKHVERDOVI will be wary of picking up a cut when these heads are coming together in such forceful fashion. Again, it's becoming increasingly rough now, and there's an air of desperation about the work of HARUTYUNYAN, which is understandable, but there has to be some quality as well. Look at how the heads are clashing together up at close range. ALAKHVERDOVI again keen to show the referee that he's not holding, and this one becoming a bit of a maul fest on the inside. Looking for the overhand right once again, and he did get through with the left hand that followed HARUTYUNYAN. ALAKHVERDOVI again just with a quick glance over to his blue corner. Nice left jab and right cross while moving clockwise to his left from ALAKHVERDOVI, and his corner continually telling him how long is left in the session. As an elite boxer, he will know that, of course. That clock, they've answered the bell so often that the judgment of timing is also almost intrinsic when you get to this level. And HARUTYUNYAN really has continued his pursuit with real purpose, but it hasn't always been effective. But you cannot fault the man's commitment, working with what he has in a bid to make it through to the medal rounds here in Dubai 2025. But I don't think it's going to be his night, because the insurance built up over the course of the first 6 minutes from Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI will see him go through to the final four, the semi-final stage. So at least World Championship bronze for Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI. But of course, he wants to return to the gold medal bout in a bid to try and emulate or improve the silver medal that he won in Tashkent 2 years ago. I think he's done enough, because remember, he had 3 scores, 20-18, going into the final round. But if it's 3-2, we will be going to bout review. Let's get the official verdict at the conclusion of that bout. So, just asking for some help from the boxing god, seemingly, is HARUTYUNYAN. Nervous moments for both of the boxers as we await the official announcement of the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, on Ring B, after a bout review, your winner by split decision in the blue corner, representing Georgia, Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI.
So it went to bout review, but both the observer and the evaluator preferring the work and scoring in favor of Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI, and the 2023 World Championship silver medalist has made a return to the medal rostrum here on the global stage. The tournament #2 seed through to the semi-finals, and that prize of $10,000 for making the quarters has just increased to $75,000, because that is what the bronze medalist will earn, $75,000. As for Baregham HARUTYUNYAN, he never stopped pursuing his man, but just couldn't find his range or distance with any consistency tonight. Spirited effort, but it's Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI, the tournament #2 seed, who progresses to the medal rostrum for the 2nd consecutive World Championships.